What's going on, everybody? Welcome into What's Shaking Titans. I'm your host, Gary Bailey, and to the right of me here is your co host, April. April, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are y'all?
Awesome. We're doing awesome over here. We have a lot to unpack for y'all here today on
Mhm.
What's Shaking Titans. We're just gonna hop right into it today. Without further ado, let's hop into what's shaking around the NFL. So, as of lately, we are still waiting on Judge Sue Robinson's ruling and here results on her findings of the Deshaun Watson case. Meanwhile, while we're still waiting on that, the Cleveland Browns have officially traded Baker Mayfield to the Panthers. So we're gonna bring my sister April back in here real quick, and we're just gonna kind of unpack this for a minute. April, what are your thoughts on the Browns trading Baker Mayfield and the actual trade? I believe they got a fifth round pick in return, and they're covering the majority of Baker Mayfield's contract, and Baker did take a pay cut as well. So the Panthers are only having to pay like $5 million this year for a quarterback from Baker Mayfield. So that's they got a deal there.
They did. They got a great deal. They're lucky for the Panthers, right? I don't think that Baker Mayfield is a horrible quarterback, and with the right training, he could probably be in with the one of the elite quarterbacks. So I really think that the Panthers, if they play their cards right, may have gotten themselves a really good quarterback. I my initial thought, and when we talked this over first, was, they've traded a quarterback. I wonder if they may kind of know what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson. And then, the more we got to talking about it and looking at it, it was probably more you're right of, Baker Mayfield didn't want to be there anymore. And if you don't want to be there, you're not going to play to your extent. And the Browns are like, hey, I don't want to put any more into this. So let's just see what we could get for him. The best that they could get for him was a fifth round pick. And I just find that absolutely crazy that they couldn't get more. So it's just kind of baffling to me because I'm like, why would you want to go ahead and just trade this quarterback off when you don't know what you're going to get back? You don't know if this quarterback that you just signed is going to be able to play. Like, what is going on with the Browns? Like, what? This is absolutely crazy to me. I don't know what's going on down there in Cleveland. I don't know where their head is at, and I hope that everything works out for the best for them. But right now, I don't see it. I'm sure there's plenty out there that do see it, can educate me because I just don't see what may have been their thinking on this, their process, other than Baker Mayfield didn't want to be there.
Yeah, definitely. I understand where you're coming from, and I look at it this way, when you have somebody who don't want to be there or don't want to be a part of the team, then it affects the locker room. It affects every person from all the teammates that person's playing with to the coaching staff to even the front office at times. It's a trickle effect, and it's they call it the cancer effect in locker rooms. And so I think that it's up to you know the Cleveland Browns. It was up to them to really just say, okay, do we want a chance? Having somebody who really don't want to be here and who could possibly have that effect on our locker room, you know, or do we try and just let them go, or do we try and keep them? And I think ultimately they said, well, it's in the best interest of both parties just to move on from Baker Mayfield. Um, Also, I'd like to say I could definitely agree with you. I don't know what the Cleveland Browns are thinking on this, because this could very easily backfire on the Cleveland Browns. And if I'm correct, I believe I heard that, they are kind of browsing the market for a potential QB just in case Deshaun Watson is suspended for a full year or the majority. I think if he probably gets a 6 to 8 game suspension, then it's probably going to be Jacoby. as the quarterback until he comes back. But if it's a full year, you know, the Browns have got themselves into a situation. They're gonna have to find another quarterback that will be able to help them out. Long term. So with all that being said, guys, let's hop into our next segment here. Talking Titans with April. April, are you excited to get into this? To start talking some Titans, doing some Titan talking?
I'm always excited to talk about the Titans. Those are my boys in blue, and can't wait to find out what's going on with them this week.
Awesome. So, is there anything new going on? Any newsworthy news to report on?
There is. So this story just dropped today that Bud Adams is a semi-finalist in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, which is actually really good. We don't get a lot of inductees from the Titans, be it because we haven't won a Super Bowl or they just get overlooked. So it's really exciting to see one of our very own be a semifinalist to get in, and that could get a golden jacket. I was looking over before we got on air a little bit some of Bud Adams' stances and some of the things that he's done, and I was actually really impressed. You and I both knew that he had started the AFL, and he was one of the co-founders of the AFC when the NFL and the AFL kind of emerged. So that was always great. And then just the stats under him. I was impressed, but I wasn't. Over the 53 plus years that he was with us, we had 21 playoff seasons and
Yeah.
21 playoff appearances, which is great. I was happy to see that. We only have one AFC championship, and I think that may be some of the reason that we're overlooked in a lot of the media. I think some of the Titans fans, and me and you included, forget that we've only had one AFC championship. We've only had one Super Bowl appearance and no Super Bowl wins. And so that's kind of the reason why we get looked over a lot. We've only had six appearances in the championship game, and two of them come recently under Amy and not Bud. But we had four under him. So, it's just exciting. We've had 11 players in the organization all together to be into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But Adams has done a really great job with, just this organization taking the big risk, moving us from Houston to Nashville, hoping that Nashville had a big audience for football, and it paid off. He did a great job with that. So congratulations to Bud Adams and the Adams family that will be accepting this. Amy Adams, my girl, you're going to be in there. So hopefully she gets his golden jacket. So it's really excited, and I'm glad to see that he's finally getting acknowledged.
Definitely, we would definitely want to say congratulations to the Adams family. This is something that isn't a small feat. It's something that took a lot of time, effort, sweat, probably tears too, to get to this point. And yeah, it's pretty awesome to see um, people outside of the Titans organization kind of showing honor to you know the people of the Titans from the past, and that's awesome because one of the reasons why we started What's Shaking Titans is because we felt like we weren't getting enough national media, so we wanted to make a show to where we could put the spotlight, on our favorite team and just kind of break stuff down and give news feedbacks and stuff like that. Uh, but
And something I want to say, Gary, is it's an absolute honor to be doing this show with you, and I'm so glad that we're able to do this together and be together and doing these things, and it's going to pay off in years to come.
definitely, definitely, it is definitely an honor to be able to do this with you, with my sister. Couldn't imagine anyone else. You definitely pushed me to better the podcast and better everything, each and every day. So, none of this would have been possible without you. So I definitely want to thank you for that. So let me ask you this, April. Who else are the finalists? Can you name a couple of the other finalists for that you were talking about?
We have all 25 are not listed here, but another one that's worth saying is going to be Billy White Shoes Johnson. He was also one of our great running backs. He was one of the 25 semifinalists as well for one of the 3 senior candidate spots. So we do know that for the senior candidates, we've got Bud Adams and we've got Billy White Shoes. I don't know who the third one is. I do apologize. If anybody out there knows that, go ahead and comment and let us know. That would be great. But those two, and have 2 of the 3 from the Titans Houston organization, that's amazing.
Definitely, that's definitely amazing. Real quick, we'd like to take the time just to thank everybody for watching and tuning in to What's Shaking Titans. If you're not yet already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please take the time to hit the like button below, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications to get the latest from What's Shaking Titans, as well as you can see at the bottom of your screen, just right down there, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify. We have a bunch of different platforms that we're on. We definitely will leave a link to everything in our description below. We also have a website that we're still working on. April actually dropped her first article. I want to say it was it Tuesday? Tuesday morning?
I believe it was Tuesday, yes, that we got it. We got it on there.
Yeah, so she dropped her article on the tight ends Tuesday morning. So if you haven't had the chance to hop over there and check that out, definitely hop on over there, check it out. Check out my article from a couple of weeks ago on Derrick Henry. We want to take the time just to thank everybody who has tuned in. We thank y'all for your support. We want to shout out to everybody on Twitter. All the support that we've been getting from all the different podcast people and just all the Titan fans. We want to thank y'all. So with that being said, April, are you ready to unpack our top 3 offense, defense, special teams, and overall teams from the 2018 season through the 2021 season?
Let's do it. I don't know if it was as hard as it was for me. If this was just, God, it was like a pill going back and looking at the good and the bad tapes, the players that we have and that we don't have. So I can't wait to get in there and kind of just go down memory lane a little bit and see why we fell in love with the game.
Definitely, definitely. So let's start out like this. The best offense. All right, so we got to pick from 2018 through the last year. So we got to rank them from best to worst. Third being the worst, and one being the best, of course. Um, and I will kind of start. Uh, I would say on offense, our 2019-2020 season is the year that Derrick Henry rushed for 2,000 rushing yards. So that, of course, is going to be my number one offense of the last 3 seasons. Um, my number 2 offense would be the 2018 offense, and then my number 3 would be last year's. Would you agree with
Yeah,
those rankings?
I do agree with that. 2018 we still had Mike Malarkey, and the players had kind of a fire in them that you couldn't put out, and so it was really hard for me to rank the 2018 and the 2019 teams because they were almost the exact same for me. One made it a little bit further in the playoffs than the other, and so I had to go with the 2019 season as my at my number one over the 2018 season, even though in the 2018 season, we did make it to the playoffs. We did, and our first playoff game was against the Patriots. Of course, we were completely wiped out. Mike Malarkey just, bless his heart, he put everything he could into that game, and it just wasn't his season. That was the last season that he was with the Titans. I really actually liked Mike Malarkey as a coach. I thought he was a good coach. I thought he was a coach that could make the players want to work for him. And then the 2019 season, of course, we had Mike Vrabel come in for the first time, and he made it all the way through to the AFC Championship game. We beat Baltimore in the playoffs. We beat the Patriots in the playoffs, 2 teams that they absolutely thought that we would not beat. all the way down to Kansas City, and we gave Kansas City a run for our money, run for their money, for that championship game. So 3 years in a row now we have made it to the championship game, including last year, the year before, and the 2019 season. So, and each time we've just fallen short. I hope that this is the year we don't fall short. We can actually make it back to that playoff appearance, or I'm sorry, that Super Bowl appearance. But yes, so definitely my offense is going to go 2019, 2018, and then last year's 2021. I just feel like last year they didn't put any effort into it. 2021. I would almost put the 2020 season in there above even last year,
Yeah,
because
I kind
to
of left
me
that
even
season out.
yeah, to me even 2020 was better than last year, even though it was hard to kind of compare. And I know why you probably left it out. It's hard to compare the 2020 season because of all the COVID and everything was weird anyway. I feel like every single team in the AFC ended at 11-6, like we did, just because there's so many players out and everything. I know they didn't all, but I feel like they did. Most of them did. And so, I mean, they played a little bit harder to me in 2020. So 2020 and 2021 kind of washed each other out, because last year I feel like they didn't really want it. I'm surprised that they made it as far as they did. But to me, and I think there was a moment that we looked at each other in the season and we were like, I feel like this team is worse than last year.
Yeah.
We feel like, the 2020, we feel like the 2019 season was better than the 2021 season, both of us together. So, yeah, definitely we're going to go with 18. I'm sorry, we're going to go with 19, 18, 20, and then 21.
Awesome. So yeah, I definitely agree with your breakdown. And when I gave my analysis, I completely was oblivious that we had a 2020 season. So with that being said, I would
We
like
all want to
to.
forget 2020.
Yeah, but you did make a good point. So I'm gonna redo my order, and the Derrick Henry 2,000 yard season, which was the 2019-2020 season, was it, or was
Mhm.
it?
Mhm.
Yes. So
Yeah.
so that's gonna be one. My number two is going to be the 2020-2021 season, and then it would be last year's. So that's kind of how I would do my offense. Uh, so with all that being said, let's talk about defense, and this is where it gets very interesting here, April. Ranking the top three defense over the last 3 years. Okay, top three defense over the last 3 years. So
Are you going to go first
I'll
again?
let you go first.
No, you can. So you go ahead and go first. I like hearing your analysis. Go ahead.
All right, so I would say our best defense that we had, it wasn't the 2019 season. That would be my second best. And then my third best would be the defense that we had at the end of last year. And my first best is going to be the defense that we had underneath, was it Dean Pease, I believe?
Team Peas, yeah.
Yeah. So it was the defense we had under Dean Pease. I definitely feel like that defense was a lot more versatile. Kevin Byard was definitely coming off of that really hot season. If I'm correct, we had just got Jeffrey Simmons as well. So it was something that was kind of starting to take fire, and Dean Pease is a great defensive coordinator. So I'm really excited to see what all that's going to kind of bring forward from Arthur Smith and Dean Pease down in Atlanta. The Atlanta Titans. So I'm looking forward to see that. But yeah, so those are my top three. April, what would be your top three?
It's really hard to say, again, because I really like the last year of Dick LeBeau's defense, in 2019, 2018, 2019. I like the Dean Pease defense in 2019, 2020. Last year, though, I've got to say, it's I loved what Jim Schwartz came in and was able to do. I'm gonna rank last season's defense number one. It's it's definitely a toss up, and it definitely could have gone anywhere. But I'm definitely okay. So we've got the 21 defense is going to be number one, and then I'm going to say the 2019 defense, and then the 2020 defense.
Mm. Okay, so you make a good debating topic. So if we would definitely like to hear what y'all are thinking. What are your top three
Mhm.
offensives, your top three defenses of the last 3 years? Definitely let us know on our Facebook page, our Twitter page, or comment on our YouTube video. Definitely let us know what y'all think. Who are your top three offense and defense over the last 3 years, as well as your top three teams overall, their overall rating. So definitely let us know your answers in the comments below, or on Facebook or on Twitter, and you might get a chance to get shout out, on one of our podcasts. So, with all that being said, I'd have to say that's a pretty bold number one prediction there. Considering that the Titans defense struggled for the majority of last season. They didn't really start coming on till the last like 3 or 4 games when they were playing more consistent. They had their off and on good games, and you know, don't get me wrong. The defense kept us in a lot of the games last year too, but they weren't playing. To the level of where they were producing turnovers, or putting points up, or you know they didn't start getting sacks till the playoff games, really. Then they decided just to turn the switch on in one game, and 6 sacks in one game. So yeah, that's something interesting. To definitely see what the fans think about that. So April, with that being said, what are your top three special teams from the last 3 seasons?
Oh my gosh, special teams has been an absolute disaster. I have to rank the last year with Ryan Suckup the best year that we had, because we had an amazing kicker and an amazing punter. I want to say that was the 2019 season as well. And so that's definitely the number one. And then I would have to go with last year, 2021, at number two, because we finally got a steady kicker. Um, Dad bod Randy. And
Did you just say Dad bod Randy?
that's what he is. And then everything else is below that. So I could not trust our special teams to do anything. And last year it was a little bit of a relief to have a kicker that was full time. We knew that he wasn't going to do anything spectacular. We knew he wasn't going to hit any of those long ones, but when we needed him, if we got him in field goal range, we knew that most of the time he was going to hit it, and that was a relief. So definitely 2019, Ryan Suckup, he is the king. And Greg or Brett Kern is always the best punter. And then 2021.
So I would have to say my first would be the 2019 season. Um, my second would have to be the mm, 2018 season. And then my third would be the 2021 season, or last season. So that would be my top three. Um, Let us know what y'all think. Let us know what your top three special teams of the last 3 seasons have been. And let us know what you think of their overall ratings. So with that being said, April, let's talk about The overall ratings of the last three seasons and of the Tennessee Titans. So overall, over the last 3 years, rank your top three teams. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's hear it.
So, without a doubt, I think they will definitely agree that it's the 2019 season.
Agreed.
That's number one. Number two would be the 2018 season. Mariota's last year is kind of a turning of a leaf. And then the 2021 season. Because I'm just so damn disappointed.
Yeah, I
I
can.
mean, we had such an opportunity. We had such an opportunity.
We did, and then all of a sudden, next thing we know, Ryan Tannehill charts out of the tunnel with the helmet off, and you know, I know we
And we
have a
want to be honest. We had the opportunity the last 2 years because 2020 was a wash due to COVID. We could have won if we wanted to. I don't know what happened. And then 2021, Ryan freaking Tannehill decided he didn't want to be a quarterback anymore. Forgot what day the game was. Come trucking on the field with this ball cap on. Lord. Still,
yeah,
I'm still bitter. In case
yeah.
you didn't know.
She's very
I'm
bitter right
so
now,
pissed off.
very angry.
9 turnovers, 9 sacks. I'm sorry, 3 turnovers and 9 sacks. 9 sacks. God.
So with all that being said, my top three overall teams, I'd have to agree with you on number one. The 2019-2020 uh, season was the overall best team that we had. Um, I would have to then say the 2020 and 2021 was the second, and then the 2021-2022 season as our third. So I definitely put the last year's season at the bottom because it was just a monumental letdown and just bad play on Tannehill's part, and now we're left to ask the question: is Tannehill
Will
going to
we
be
do it
able
again?
to recover? Is he still going to keep throwing interceptions? Will he keep making the same mistakes that he's made since he's come into the league, or is he going to be able to finally evolve into that next tier type of quarterback? Or is Malik Willis just going to slip in there and take the job? So, this is something that we will definitely be unpacking in the near future on one of our podcasts. We are going to take some time real quick to kind of promote our next podcast coming up. April is going to take her time to break down the state of the Tennessee Titans special teams. We are going to get into the top three running backs to ever play for the Houston Oilers Tennessee Titans franchise. And then we're also going to just dive into the top three defensive players of all time, plus more. So definitely stay tuned, stay posted, keep an eye out on our Facebook page, our Twitter page, our Instagram page, our Spotify. If you are watching us right now on YouTube, take the time to give us a big old thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell to get the latest from What's Shaking Titans. As always, there will be links to every one of our pages in the description below, so you're more than welcome to hop over there and chit chat with us, comment. We want to hear from y'all. We want to know what y'all are thinking, how y'all feel. And you never know, we might be shouting out your comment live on air one day, which is what we are getting ready to go into. So, April, if you don't mind, would you pull up the Twitter account for the top three all-time Titans? And while she does that, I would take the time to kind of recap on on a couple of the Titans subjects that we just talked about. when we are talking about these rankings and ratings, these are definitely just from our opinions. We're no official analyst or anything like that. These are just our opinions. Everybody has opinions, so we definitely hope that no one gets upset about them. We definitely want to hear what y'all think. So like I said, let us know on the comments. Let us know on our Facebook page or our Twitter page. Get back in touch with us. April, have you got everything ready just yet? No? Okay. Um, so anyway, let me see here. I'm gonna pull up
I
Twitter on
think
my phone.
actually, yeah, I think actually you're gonna have to pull up the Twitter because the Twitter's not gonna. You have that account login information.
Okay, let's see here. When we do apologize for the delay right now, guys, if you'll just give us a second, we'll get everything pulled up. Let's see.
While he's doing
Yeah.
that, I was able to pull up some of the comments on our Facebook page, our Facebook group page. And so I had asked, is Taylor Lewan a better left tackle or right tackle? And we got the reply from Fernando Torres that he's a better left tackle. I think that was also the main consensus on Twitter. But yeah, Gary definitely wants to go ahead and shout those people out for going ahead and commenting on our stuff. Um, so that was also nice. Also, if you get a chance, we were on Power Hour earlier this week. On the 4th, we went ahead and did a show to commemorate the late, great, awesome Air McNair. So if you get a chance, go on over there, Power Hour. You can either find it on our Facebook, find it on our Twitter, a link to the video. It was actually a really good and productive show. It was our first live show. Gary and I normally don't do live shows. We are getting to that, but right now we don't do live shows, and so we were both nervous, but it was really good. And like things like this, guys, we're just learning, and so we're just taking you guys along on our journey as well. And so thank you guys for just sticking with us. And one day we will be up there with the greats. Let's see.
So we got the tweets here, and I'll start out with the first one. The first one, the first person to respond to our tweet was Chris A. Dillard. Did I say that right?
Dillard. Mm-hmm.
Dillard. All right, and he says his number one team is the 1999 team, and that's the team. The year we went to the Super Bowl. He said his number two team is the 2021 team. Um, I'm not so sure I agree with him there. And then the number three team he has is the 2003 team. And I could kind of see that, yeah, for number three. Arguably number two, Um, but definitely, Chris, we want to take the time to thank you for commenting on our post and giving us your opinion. So
Definitely.
April, you want to read the other one we had?
We had Toby the Titan 84 with the little X. It says that for franchise, his favorite season was 93. And then the Titans 99, and then the '03 Titans. But if he was just ranking the Titans, it would be the 99 Titans, the '03 Titans, the 21, or the 2000 Titans. I would have to go with the 2000 Titans. Anything over the 21 season. I know that they're talking about getting to that championship game, and there's a lot of things that we overcame, but I just don't feel like it was there. I don't, guys. I don't with this 2021 team. It just wasn't there. I mean, and the thing is we had all the pieces. We had all the pieces to where it could have been the best team,
So,
and we didn't use them.
so here's my question to Toby. You know, are you talking about the 2020-2021 or the 2021-2022
I'm pretty
Titans?
sure he's talking about the 2020 or the 21-22 Titans, like this season, like Chris
Last
Dillard
year.
was talking about. Yeah, like Chris Dillard was talking about. But Toby, if you're watching this, go ahead and retweet us. Let us know, clear it up for us, and kind of guys too. Give us the reason why. Give us the reason why you're picking the 2021 season, because the two of you guys now putting that on there. I'm just interested as to know why.
Definitely, definitely. So my top three teams are going to be the 1999 team coming in at number one. Then I would have to say my number two team, even though, sorry about the camera change there, but even though we didn't get that far into, the postseason, I would have to say my second is going to be the 2019-2020 team. I think that was our best all around team that we had, uh, in a very long time. And then coming at number three will be the 2003 team. So April, what are your thoughts on my top three?
I think that's a really interesting top three. Of course, '99 is going to be everyone's favorite season. It's that magical year that we made it to the Super Bowl. It was also the year of the Music City Miracle. Um, so that '99 season's up there in everybody's hearts, up there in mine as me. And then you said the 2019 season. I will have that on my list, but not as number two.
Yeah. So, yeah, and the reason why I said that is just because we had a all around balanced team. I mean, we were balanced passing the ball. Tannehill was breaking out. It was his first full year. Derrick Henry ran for 2K. Uh, uh, AJ Brown had caught for over 1,000. Our offense was moving. Jonu Smith was balling out for us. And then our defense, they were still on point. Uh, Unfortunately, we did fall short against Kansas City Chiefs that year. But I definitely say that if we could have pulled that game off, we would have easily been to the Super Bowl and possibly even won that year. Um, so yeah, I had to sit there and really contemplate on that. Because originally I was gonna say something else altogether, but I got to really doing some deep diving and some soul searching. Had to do some of that soul searching to
Oh, girl.
to really figure out who's going to take that second tier team for me, because we've had a lot of decent teams, but we've had more bad teams than not. Maybe that's a segment we do and or trash the idea of doing.
Mm,
So
mm.
but uh coming in at number three, who do you have?
Okay. So, well, first of all, you let me skip number one and two. So number one is my is the '99 season. Number two, interesting enough, no one said the 2008 season, and I'll tell you why. So the 2008 season, um, I want to say we still had Mike Munchak. We may have been under Jeff Fisher still. And we had Kerry Collins as a quarterback, which is the same quarterback that was drafted the same year as Steve McNair. We went 13-3. We did have Jeff Fisher now, I remember. We went 13-3. We beat the crap with pants off of the Lions on Thanksgiving. So we played Thanksgiving that year. We fell short to the Ravens, story of our lives, in the postseason, but it was one of the best seasons. But that season, we also, remarkably enough, got our pants beat off of us by your other team, the Green Bay. But that was our first loss, and it was so heartbreaking to me. I was like, golly, because like we went so far into the season without a loss. Like, oh my gosh, I want to say it was like week 12 before we even got a loss.
Yeah.
And then we came back that following week with a statement game and whooped the pants off the Lions on Thanksgiving. So we were 13-1. So that season, and the defense was amazing that season, I have to say. Well, that's the season we brought the Freak back. And that was just a great season for our defense. And then I would say what you said, the 2019 season, because I don't think a lot of people remember where we were before the 2019 season. We had one season that was decent prior to the 2019 season, where we were kind of getting out of the just very dark, ugly hole of Ken Whisenhunt in his 1-16 season and 2-14 season. I'm sorry, 3-13 season, 2-14 season. And we brought in Mike Munchak, and we seemed to actually win some games. And then, so you get half of a year under Mike Munchak, and then you had the whole year under Mike Munchak, and then that's when we made the playoff run. So I think that's why that's so special to both of us, because it had been a long time that run in 2018. And then the 2019 season, of course, we did not have Mike Munchak anymore, and we brought in Mike Malarkey, and we've had a lot of Mikes.
Yeah.
Do you think, as coaches? It's not weird.
Definitely. So I would say this: your 2008 pick. That's very interesting, because that's also the year that we got the absolute dog turn nations beat out of us by the Patriots. I think that it was like 58-0. I mean, if I'm correct, we were using those AFL throwback uniforms at the time, and we just got dog trash.
The 3 games we lost that year, we lost atrociously, so it wasn't even like those close games that we like to play. But the ones we won big too, and there was 13 of them. So
yeah, definitely. So, let us know what y'all think on our top 3 countdowns, of the top 3 all-time Titans teams. Let us know on Facebook, Twitter. Let us know in the comments below here on YouTube. We will.
And Gary, we just brought that up. Maybe we should do rank the mics as a segment. So we've had so many mics as coaches.
Well, definitely. Then that's what we'll do. We'll rank all the mic coaches that we've had whose names start with Mike. So we'll do that in one of our upcoming futures. We'll rank the mics. So definitely be looking forward to that.
Mike Vrabel.
Yeah. So there you go. We'll rank the mic. I'm pretty sure we know who's taking the cake on that one. So. So with all that being said, April, is there anything you'd like to shout out to the What's Shaking Titans verse?
Just go ahead and like, comment, share. Make sure you watch all of our content. Like I said, we had a great show on Monday. We're here back again doing it for you. Thank goodness we're not live, and my brother can fix a whole bunch of this stuff. But go ahead and like all of our things. Go ahead and go over to the website too. Read our articles. We work really hard on getting those out to you guys. We're busy. You're busy, but they are some really good reads. So that's what I want to say. Hopefully you will be that we do these. So go ahead and just give us your opinions. Thank you so much for the ones that did interact and give us their opinions. Every time my Twitter lights up, I'm like, Yes, we have another like, we have another share. I love it. So go
Definitely,
ahead.
we want to take the time just to say thank you once again to everybody who's shown us that love, that support by commenting or just retweeting or reposting or whatever it is that y'all have been doing. We just thank y'all. Definitely keep it up. We're doing this for y'all. We're doing it because we love the Titans. We love talking sports. It's a passion of ours. So as long as that passion is burning bright and strong, we will definitely be bringing y'all, the best type of content that we can. We have a lot of stuff planned for the future coming up. Definitely stay posted, like she said, to all of our social media platforms from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, to YouTube. And be looking for our live streams. Our live streams will be starting very soon. That's the only hint I will drop out there. As the kind of producer slash editor director of the show, I kind of have some little inside bits that not even April knows right now. So
Oh
definitely,
my.
definitely be looking forward to all that. And we will post on there. We will schedule a show as soon as we're able to get started with that. And we definitely look forward to seeing all of y'all there and interact with y'all. um, with all that being said, we hope everybody has a wonderful night, and we'll catch y'all later.
Bye.